in action. All right, so we've got our gratitudes. We are good on that. I would love to welcome Kristen Ackerman to our team at Long Point Road. It's unfortunate that she is not here to feel all your energy and all that. I put her email up there, kristen.ackerman@carolina1.com, if you want to shoot her a quick message and say hello. I'm going to ask her to unmute herself in a second, but I wanted to throw up her picture here and tell you a little bit about her family. First things first, she is from New Jersey. I know you are all very excited to hear that. Matter of fact, Kristen grew up in on a street right down the street from my parents' house from 2nd to 6th grade. And her mother works for the school district that almost all of my aunts and uncles are educators in. So they all know each other. So very, very small world. In that picture that I've got up on the screen there are her two kiddos. That's Kaylin and Luke down there, 9 and 11 years old, and her husband, Doug, up in the right corner, who is retired from the Air Force. Kristen, unmute yourself and give us a little bit about your background and say hello.
Good morning, everybody. Those are some old pictures. My kids are a little bit older now. Yeah, we're a military family, retired now, thank God, so we can finally put some roots down. But my husband retired after 30 years in the Air Force, and but started really early, so now he's on to a second career. So no playing golf and hanging out on the beach all day. And so now we're settled back in Charleston. I did go to college at Charleston, so I was here for a good 10 years or so before leaving and floating all over the world with him in the Air Force, and came back maybe 2 years ago. And so I've been a realtor for almost 5 years. And I'm so excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to meeting everybody when I can. I keep meeting people through virtual breakouts and stuff like that, so it's exciting, but it's a slow start, and I definitely get drinking from the fire hose because that's how everything is coming at me, but I'm excited. I can't hear you, Maggie.
Got it. Definitely glad that you're here. Thank you for sharing all of that. Lean on everybody in the office. We've got, I think I may have mentioned, we've got the largest office in the company. So we have the largest and the best, although I might be a little bit biased. But definitely everybody I know will be excited to have you here and welcome you and support you in any way that we can. So thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to some birthdays. Tina Hartford, as I mentioned earlier, today is her birthday today. Happy birthday to Tina. Morris Cave is also coming up on the 13th, and Tommy Levitt on the 14th. Very exciting. Birthdays are a good thing. And I love seeing all the creative ways that people are celebrating birthdays right now, given the COVID situation. So we're almost through it, guys. We're almost through it. Then we can have real birthday celebrations. So happy birthday to you guys. Quick information update on C2C. So this is new, and Sandra Patrick is going to be rolling this out, or reaching out to us to join one of our meetings here in the future, but I wanted to put this out there to kind of get some exposure on it first. They are offering a real estate listing service now. Whoops, sorry. A listing service now with MLS input. They're going to arrange a cleaner, stager, photographer, and all the other desired services pre-listing. Schedule pre-inspection if you need it. Gather all your utility, bond, all the other information that you would want to pass on to the buyers. Put it on one pager, one sheet, whatever. Marketing, IDX options, do reverse prospecting to see who might be available for that property through all of the Carolina One platforms. Put it into SkySlope. Hooray! C180, order all the marketing stuff, so on and so forth. They will literally take this from the day you take the property to closing. It's $50 if you do it with closing coordination, meaning once you're under contract, as they typically have today, or it's $100 without closing coordination. If you love Anna and Tony, you will do this on every single transaction just for the sake of SkySlope. But it's going to be awesome. I know it'll probably be a little bit bumpy until they figure it all out, but this is part of why we merged from Sandra Patrick's company and partnered with another company to provide more resources and services back to you guys. And this is going to be a huge advantage. So you guys can focus on helping the people, and they can focus on the minutia of the details of what needs to be done. So hopefully that's exciting. If you have questions about that, put it in the chat box or reach out to Sandra and I'll come back to the chat box at the end, but hopefully you guys are excited about that. Yes, Duval, Sandra is part of it. She still owns part of the company. So yes. All right, moving on forward from that. Production. All right, let's see where we're at. So Long Point Road is racking in with 60 sales on the newsletter this week at 23.6 million, trailing Central, Charleston Central just barely. They've got 94 sales, but look at that volume, 27.5 in volume. So it's always interesting that they have so many more units than us, but our volume really does carry us. And to me, I think that's a little bit more important, but I'm grateful, right? On the listing side, we've got 26 listings at 14.9 million, leading the way aside from new homes because they don't count. But I love to see that new homes inventory is really stacking up. We definitely need their inventory. So that's a really strong part of our market right now. Charleston Central is leading right behind us there with also Coleman Boulevard at 15 and 14 million. Awesome stuff, guys. We're having a great start to this coming out of this COVID cycle. We really appreciate your guys' hard work, and let's see where we're at. So April listing sales and closing activity, we've got 20, is that April or May? This should be the end of April, I think. Yeah, end of April. 24 listings for 13.4 million, average price of $558. 61 sales for 24.7 million, average price of $405. And 67 closings for 29.9 million, average price of $421. So awesome work there. Lots of people to thank for the month of April's performances, and I will highlight the multiples. Dominique Snyder House with 2, also just got her listing under contract. Congratulations. Karen Taz with 2, the Poppy team with 5. We have an exciting announcement from the Poppy team that I'm going to let them share in a video later today that they don't even know they're going to share in a video. But more to come on that. Bonnie Cook with 2, the Renee Kramer team with 13. Awesome work, ladies. The Fessler team with 7. Johnny Lane Nugent with 2. Laura Goolsby with 3. Northrop team with 7. Perella Group with 6. Casey Benton with 5. Davison Rivers Group 3. Digit Matheny 3. Kadrina Johnson 6. Lance Morrison with 3. Awesome work. Marty Belk 2. Thorin Cathcart 3. Tina Hartford 6. That's a good birthday month, girl. The Elite Ram team with 2, Carrie Walker 2, Mary Maloney 3, Jason Looney with 4, Chip Idlet with 5, Jen Huffman with 2, the Ritter Group 5, Simply Southern Group with 7, even though Rebecca is about to have a baby any moment now. DuBose Cuthbert with 5, Zarilla with 5, Jeannie Axel 4, Charlotte McDonald 2, Chrissy Strickland 2, Chilla Stonkovic, Stephen Hudako, Pam Bishop 2, Leslie Evans, and who is that on the bottom there? Cannot see. Cindy Ellenberger with 2, Elsie Spencer rocking her first over there, Tyler Davidson with 2, Stephen Schleier, Homes of Low Country 3, Melissa Lloyd 2, Nancy Carroll Crick, Ashley Marsh, Duval Acker, Ann Wise, Gail Young, Joe Keller, Whitley Boyd 2, Alex Regas, and Stephen Libby Smith with 3. Might as well just roll through everybody, right? Awesome work. Well done, guys. Thank you very, very much for pulling up, showing up, and getting everything done. You guys are awesome. Summer's coming. We've got production increases. I have not ranked our stats this week because I know that they're pretty much flat toward last week, just a small uptick. But I keep telling you guys, get ready. Summer's coming, and I feel like it's going to be a really, really, really strong second quarter and probably an even stronger third quarter. So we're looking forward to that. We're welcoming those challenges. Last week, I put up a little reminder on buy side. I told you that people want the information that you have and to give it to them. I wanted to show you this part right here. Whoops. If you don't believe me, go to your dashboard and look at how many valuation attempts you've had. I've been pushing this out on my Facebook page since we got the program, and I've got 31 valuation attempts. I haven't really done anything with them because I haven't really figured out, number one, what to do with them, and because I also don't list and sell, as everybody knows. But on top of that, most of them I don't even know. So I'm going to go back in later today and look at which ones are in state and which ones are out of state, because some of them are people in like Virginia that I've never even heard of. So that's the power of the technology that this has right now. One person's doing it, they're telling somebody else, and it's literally spiraling. So take advantage of that ripple effect, and we can brainstorm some things of what to do next, because these people, remember, do not know that you know they're checking the value of their home. And that privacy part is really, really important not to violate. So just be mindful. use the resources that you have. It's a great time to push out there and say, listen, I know a lot of you are concerned about what the impact of COVID has on your home values. You can log into this website, no contact information required, and figure out what your home value might be. Good? All right, something fun. Our Guess Who for the week. This one's an exciting one, I think. Can you guess who this LPR agent is? Put your answer in the chat box and a prize to the winners. Current facts on this person. All right, here we go. This agent in high school was a runway model for local sporting goods stores. That doesn't narrow it down, believe it or not. We've got a good-looking crowd. This person is a published writer and has just finished a manuscript and looking for a publisher. Now you guys are all going to know who everybody thinks is the most handsome or most beautiful by all your guesses based on that first one, right? This person was a co-owner of a construction company. They spent one day on the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange, which is super exciting. Not many people can say that. And fact number 5, served on the board of trustees for a local university. And this one is kind of funny. Number 6, this person is not from New Jersey. How sad is that? All right, so high school runway model for sporting goods, published writer, just finished manuscript and looking for a publisher, co-owner of a construction company, spent a day on the New York Stock Exchange floor, served on a board of trustees for a local university, and not from New Jersey. All right, put your guesses in that chat box. 1 free C180, and you will get the, I love how Whitley is like the common guesser. They always think you're everything, Whit. That's pretty exciting. 1 free C180 to the winner, so put that in the chat box. All right, enough talking out of me. Let's hear about our new listings. Virtual Caravan got rolling here. We either have Abby or we have Greg on the line. Who we got?
Hey, it's Greg.
There you go.
Hey, guys. Yeah, we just took that, helped those people purchase that house new about 4 years ago. And anyway, just listed it this past week. It's in great condition, ready to go in Carolina Bay. It's a little over 2,200 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, detached garage, as you can see in the picture there. And it's got the rear entry, alley load garage, and fenced in yard. And it's listed for $375,000. Thank you.
Nice house.
Thanks.
Greg, what's the HOA in Carolina Bay?
I think Abby probably knows better than I do, but I think it's around 450.
Okay. All right, Lauren Zarilla, you on the line? I see you.
Yes, I'm here. Okay, so Park West Boulevard, 2671. I took this listing over on, I think it was Tuesday, and on Monday they canceled with their agent. So being that COVID is, we're kind of crawling out of COVID right now, I didn't want to wait to get it on the market without, because I didn't have pictures. So I've got one picture here. It's being staged today. It's being photographed and videoed tomorrow. And I should have that up online pretty fast. It's 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. This house is only a couple years old. It's right there on Park West Boulevard near that circle. So it is in the mix, but it's really adorable actually with the white picket fence. It's 5 bedrooms. It's a lot of space. 2 masters, one I think of it as more of what could be like an in-law or a great guest suite on the main level, and then the true master is upstairs, but either could be the master. Big open floor plan, huge screened porch that stays shady all day long, and huge loft space upstairs. Really cute house, 3,562 square feet, $595. I do think it's priced right. They got an offer day one. This is crazy. Y'all will die. So they got an offer day one. Their agent was so excited, was all happy, cash offer. Oh my gosh, great job. This was back in February. She forgot or didn't realize that it was contingent upon a $2.5 million sale in Florida. So the sellers had no idea, which they take responsibility for too. But anyway, they gave them an extension, and then it, didn't work out, and the agent didn't communicate. So I've got this listing, and we have to sell it fast. is a great house. I can't wait for the photos because I think the staging is going to be awesome.
It's awesome. We call that a rescued listing. Good work, girl.
Thank you.
Now we got to sell it for you.
Yes, please.
All right, Whitley, you've got 3907 Palm Boulevard. Tell us about this one.
Awesome. Okay, so these are the two listings that I mentioned about a week ago. Unique situation. I have both of these listings as a result of an estate, and they were previously listed with another agent who happens to also be a member of the estate. So we're dealing with some of the family negotiations here. You may have remembered that I originally said it was going on at $950. It is listed at $1,050,000 due to family drama, but please read between the lines. I can't put notes in MLS. They are very motivated. I don't want to be sabotaged by the other agent, so I'm just going to spread that word verbally. But this is a corner lot, second row on Isle of Palms, directly across from beach access at Station 40, round the corner from the marina at Isle of Palms, an entrance to Wild Dunes. It's a hexagon. It's a very uniquely shaped home. It's currently VE flood zone, but the preliminary maps are showing AE, so that should improve. It's generated rental income in the past few years. It's not well documented, probably about 45,000. So you could easily have a buyer that buys it, holds it, rents it out for the time being, and then tears it down. It is eligible to remain on septic. There's a local law that passed last year affecting homes on Isle of Palms. It is not required to tap into city sewer. You could connect into an access across the street with a sewer grinder, and it'd be about $20,000. So not a significant cost concern there, but great opportunity to own a beautiful lot in a very quiet part of Isle of Palms and across the street from the ocean.
It's awesome.
Yeah, very unique.
There's this one too.
And this is the other one. So this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo, top unit or top level unit in Port of Call in Wild Dunes. It feels much larger than 800 square feet. It's listed at 485,000. It has a feedback. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyhow, it has a beautiful screen porch, direct ocean access view of the pool and the ocean. 2 steps from the elevator, the parking lot, and the fitness center. It's as close as you could get to all of those things, but an unobstructed view of the ocean and the pool. And it has a rooftop sun deck and a little loft area up there, so you could easily sleep 4 people. Again, very motivated, and 485,000. The HOA is $449 a month in Wild Dunes, and the annual regime is, I think it's $685 approximately, somewhere around there. Yeah, 824. Sorry. So that's it.
Good stuff, Whit.
Yep.
Let's help her sell those. Those are 2 really nice listings. I think we've got 2 more on here as well. So let's see what we've got. Dubose, are you on the line? I know you typically can't make the meetings. I don't think he is. I don't see him. All right, Dubose has 130 Amen Corner, cute listing. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2672 square feet in Pine Forest Country Club. I believe that's out in Somerville. Is that right? I'm pretty sure. 379 listed by Dubose. If you've got anybody looking for a nice looking lot as well with a big house, reach out to Dubose. 150, sorry, excuse me, Old Jackson Road by the Simply Southern Group. We've got Lynn or Rebecca on. Going once.
Yeah, I'm here. If
There you
Lynn's
go, Lynn.
not.
Oh, Rebecca, go ahead.
So yeah, so oh, I can't see it anymore.
Is it on there?
Okay. Yep, it's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2,000 square feet in Liberty Hall. Beautiful house. Just got the photos taken and virtual tours done this week, and it was uploaded. Sellers are motivated, but they've already purchased another home, so bring all offers.
Awesome. Rebecca, how are you feeling?
Like I'm gonna give birth any day, which is true.
Yeah, that's a fact of the matter, right?
Yep, that's right.
Well, keep us posted on how you feel and how things go.
Yeah, I'll send y'all pictures whenever she comes.
Good, good. We're excited for you. All right, and also, okay, that's it. And I think a couple of you had stuff in the chat box. Don't forget the power of our have, wants, and needs. I will resend out that link, but use our Facebook page, use our email. We are the only office that can send an email to the whole office. So be mindful of that. I know Mary Maloney put a listing she's got up there in the chat box. And couple of questions on that are rolling. So definitely utilize each other, because that's what we're here for. And that's the power of that, especially with the changes to coming soon. All right, upcoming training. We've got today sharing home tour videos via YouTube. That is an online training, obviously. Everything is considered to be online for training as of right now, up until June 30th. So just be mindful of that. Hold on a second. Gail, can you guys still see my screen? No. Gail, somehow you started presenting yourself.
We can still see you.
You can see it?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. All right. All right. We've also got tomorrow Java with Johns, as always, on
Maggie, we can't. He said we can see you. You
Oh, you
look really
can't?
pretty. Yeah, we can't see the screen though. Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
right.
Thank you. It says my screen is still visible. All right, somebody let me know if you can still see.
Yep, I can see it now, Maggie.
Okay, all right. All right, and then also on the 12th, we've got Town Hall with Michael on Tuesday. We've got 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, a training on new market statistics. I am very excited about this. We did away with Debbie Poplin's market statistics that she was sending every month. And I think you guys are going to love the new look and the new information. You're going to be able to download them as a PDF, and they're not going to look so spreadsheet-ish. You'll also be able to download them as a social media format, so that you can just go ahead and upload to social media. It should be a really nice new improvement to the way we do our market statistics. So I'm very excited about that. And then on the 13th, Online Mastery, as you know, every Wednesday. Also, last Saturday, for those of you who were planning to tune in, I did a virtual workout at home. I recorded it and it's on my YouTube page. I'm going to do one every Saturday at 9:30 for anybody who wants to jump in. It is amazing how much better you feel about yourself and everything that you have to accomplish for the day when you get something going in the morning in terms of fitness. I mean, if you don't do it regularly, do it just one time a week and do it on Saturday. Dial in. Literally nobody dialed in with me. I did my workout all by myself and it was perfectly fine, but it was hard. And I know a couple of you went back and have tuned in since then and done it, but every Saturday I will record it so you can go back and do it. Whether you want to join in or not, I'm going to post it on the Facebook page. If you want a link and you can't find it on the Facebook page, let me know. All right. Also, what we've got going on. So just a reminder, advertising for coming soon. You can advertise to any Carolina One agent that you have a listing coming on the market, but you cannot advertise outside of Carolina One unless you plan to put it in the MLS within 1 business day. I think we're clear on this, but I just want to be sure. There's a lot of chatter about it on Facebook and a lot of people thinking that it's ridiculous. So if your seller says that we want to advertise it to our neighbors pre-market, that's not okay unless you plan to go on the market within 1 day. You can still advertise on Carolina One pages, in our email, all of that, but you cannot do it to the public. Anything to the public is not okay unless you plan to be in MLS within 1 business day. All right. Reminder on the listing changes. So when you take a listing, be mindful. They have to select option 1 or 2. Option 1 says that it's going to be listed in MLS and that it's going to abide by those bylaws. Option 2 says that it's not going to be listed in MLS, thereby making it an exclusive office or company listing. Fessler, you got a question on this? Fessler, you're muted if you want to ask. Okay, Just type it in the chat box. But yes, it is updated on Zip Forms now. It wasn't the other day, but it is now. And I know that because Chrissy Strickland showed me screenshots of because she was unsure about it. So I know it's in there now. Fessler,
Okay.
you're unmuted now. What's your question?
Yeah, my question is it, can people still do, like if you take a listing and it's going to be available June 1st, can you do a rider on a sign if the listing agreement is signed and it's dated to be active on June 1st? Can you put a rider on a sign that says coming June 1st?
No.
Okay. That's what I just want to make sure that was still going also. So.
Yep. There was literally a couple people who posted on the Facebook page, not in our company, that they had stuff coming up, and like a minute later, this one agent I'm thinking of, had another post, a disgruntled post up about how somebody tattled on her, and CTAR called her and told her she's going to get a fine. The fines are intense. I believe it's $500 every day after your warning that you're marketing the property and it's not an MLS. So.
Yeah. So a seller can still post their own property as long as they don't put any of the agent's information on there, right?
No. And that's where it's going to become a sticky situation, because we have literally no control over what your sellers do. But the rule, I guess it's a licensing law now, it does not specify who can market the property to the public. It specifies as the marketing of the property to the public. So even your sellers have to abide by not exposing the property to the public unless you plan to go on MLS within 1 day.
So the sellers are obligated to abide by South Carolina licensing law?
Yes. And I have no clue how we're going to regulate it. That's why Michael was saying in his town hall that he thinks it was a little over exaggerated, but they're signing here saying when they're signing option 1, they're saying that it's going to go into MLS. If they don't want it to go into MLS, this option 2 says it will prohibit seller and broker from conducting any public marketing.
Got it.
So they're agreeing to it when they sign the listing agreement that they're not going to publicly market their property.
Yeah. Okay.
It's our job to make sure they understand that.
Yeah, got it. All right, thank you.
Good questions. Yes, we can post a Carolina One Facebook page. To answer your question, Ann. All right, then these other changes are minor just because they were repetitive. So paragraph 2, we took out where it says typically you put a 6% commission up top and then 3% at the bottom. They took the 3% out because it's in paragraph 3. So paragraph 2 will have 6%. Paragraph 3 will have what you're paying out to the other side, typically, which is 6%, and then 3% to the other sides. Maintenance, we took out the windows section because windows are not designated in repair procedures, so just be conscious of that. But guys, really take your time and read these new changes, ask questions about them like you're doing, and understand how to explain them, because this is really, really important, and we have the time right now. So just pull up a listing agreement today, roll into Zip Forms, pull up the listing agreement, download it, print it, whatever, and just highlight a few of the changes. If you haven't read the listing agreement in a long time, now's a good time as ever. And believe me, I'm well aware when you ask me a question, who's read the listing agreement and who hasn't. And oftentimes I have to go back and reread it. So let's just do our part, read the agreements. Also, feel free to share this information on social media, since now it's going to be something that we bind our sellers to, like we were talking about. A simple dialogue there. We put this up last week. Today I learned that there are changes to how realtors advertise listings. This change limits secret listings and enhances the public or consumers' access to what's available. This may sound like something a realtor would be opposed to, but in reality, it's our job to help navigate you through these types of things. After all, your real estate is usually the biggest asset people own. Let me know if you're curious and I'll fill you in. Just something easy to build your credibility and let them know, hey, I'm in real estate and I'm up on all of the changes that are happening. All right, enough out of me. Long Point Road mortgage experts, what you got going on for us, guys?
Hey, everybody. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's beautiful. It's a little chilly, but it is beautiful. So today we have not talked about Palm Agent One in a very long time, but Andrew and I get texts or emails on the weekends when you guys are trying to use it and you haven't used it in so long that it's out of date. So I want to make sure that everybody has the most up-to-date you should have on your phone. And you can also sign in on your computer, which is how I prepared these slides yesterday. So Palm Agent One, a lot of people think that comes from Carolina One Mortgage. We do pay for it for you, but the information in there is actually through Low Country Title. So it's got a lot of good information. I think the majority of you probably use it more for a beautiful looking seller's net sheet, potentially, because of course you come to the lender when you want a buyer's closing cost sheet and check rates. But it's a great tool to have, and it really is very professional looking. So so you can sign into palmagent.com and you sign in with your email and your password that you created somewhere along the way. Once a year, you do have to renew your option to use the app. And Andrew actually is the overseer of that, but it is. Thank you, Donna. Donna loves the calculators. So anyways, so if here, I'm going to show you guys a couple things here. I did this little estimate yesterday. We have a conventional home price of $400,000. The buyers are putting 10% down. And you can see the interest rate down here on the left-hand side is 3.38. I hate that it rounds it up. It's 3.375, but that is a legitimate rate on the conventional. I don't find the rates to be as accurate as I would like to see them on the VAs. So always check with Andrew and I on that. But it's nice because it shows it's got it, and you can even, there's like 6 or 7 different options for that you can then email or text out to your clients. It's very good looking. So thanks, Alex and Lance. But so this is one page. At the very bottom, you can't see. Maggie, go ahead and forward to the next screen if you don't mind. At the bottom of the previous page, it actually says that it'll let you blow up all the closing costs. So you can see all the closing costs right here. This is the next page or another format. And so it shows you all the closing costs. And like I said, because Low Country Title puts it together, it's pretty legitimate with the information and stuff. So anyways, Maggie, if you want to go to the next one. So this is how another way it is going to look. And you can see down the right-hand side, there's like 4 or 5 templates with each of these different scenarios that you can go in and pick. And you can, when you're on your Palm Agent One, it'll have your name and your picture and your credentials if you loaded them in there. So definitely check your profile to make sure it's up to date and everything. So again, this is the same 400,000. It's just a different look. So here's the VA. I did this yesterday because, and I changed the interest rate because the interest rate was coming in at 4. I don't know where that comes from, but we'll have to take a peek at that. But it's a beautiful thing. It's also really good to have so that when you're trying to maybe negotiate a deal and you're trying to figure out how much you want to ask the seller to pay for the veteran, this way you can see right here on this $400,000 house, we're estimating $7,800 in closing costs. And so go ahead and negotiate, whatever all or part of that you're going to ask the seller to pay on behalf of the veteran. So that's just a different, it's the same thing, but it's a V8 one. Now here's the one that I actually think probably gets used more than on the buy side is the seller net sheet for you all. So I use the sales price, see down here on the left-hand side of $680, and I just made up a fictitious loan balance of $348. And you can add in repair items or where there's miscellaneous, you could add in if the seller is going to pay some closing costs. You see it's got a 6% broker fee, but isn't that good looking? Net at close, you could text or email that over to your seller and say, I know you wanted $700 for the house. We got to offer it $680. This is what you'll net. What do you want to do? So, I mean, it just really, really does help you. So anyways, and then here's just a different view of a different type of net sheet. There's a variety of different net sheets and everything. So, okay, go ahead, Maggie. And so I'm just going to continue on, Andrew, unless Andrew, you want to pop in? All right. So today, so the rates are still relatively flat, which like we talked about last week is a really good thing when they're so low, you guys. Today, Andrew and Greg Fessler are closing a VA loan that he locked in at 2.875, no discount points, no origination fee, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. And the client the buyer could not be any more pleased. I will tell you what, though, Andrew locked in a VA for Jen Huffman the other day at 2.75. So I am telling y'all, and on a 30-year, it's 30-year, not 15, y'all. So the rates are very good. So remember, one size does not fit all. So when we put these rates out here, we try to, just pop out what we have, but we might be able to do better. It might be worse, just depending on credit score, down payment, etc. So, all right, so that's mortgage rates. And I'm going to come back. I see a couple questions. So, hey guys, I want to thank you all so much. We've had some great closings the last week. Chip Idlet, Lance Morrison, Renee Kramer team. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate your business as always. And then I just let you know that Jen Huffman, we've got a contract for her. That's the one where Andrew got 2.75. So we are working it with you guys. Thank you so much for your referrals from Alex Torregas, Duval Acker, Jen Huffman, Laura Goolsby, Renee Kramer team, ×2. We'll have some more next week. We've been talking about a lot of people are sending us refinance referrals, and we really appreciate you guys taking care of Andrew and I during this time. It's slow for some, not for all, but we are happy to do refinances. We love refinances, and we do a lot of work on the refinances so that people understand exactly what they're getting into. We do actually do a loan analysis before they actually ever fill out the loan application. So we make sure it makes sense for them, and plus they can see what their costs will be. So thank you for those referrals, everybody. So yeah, refinances, let us know how we can help your clients. All right, and what else we got, Meg? I think one more. Yeah, so thank you guys for checking in with us and asking us questions. Dominique, Duval, Paul Lynch, the Perella Group, and Whitley Boyd. We're here to help you guys out, and anything we can do to help you all and to help you with your business. If you need anything, maybe it's not all about business. Maybe it's about, what do you need, guys? Do you need something for yourself? Let us know how we can help you with that. So anyways, do you want me to look at, I couldn't do my presentation and see the questions. Are there any questions I need to answer?
There are a couple questions about upgrading to get the extra features and flyers under premium, but I had answered that one saying, if you're not logging in with your Carolina One account information, it often will give you a limited version. But there has been an update to it, so you may need to, there's a couple of other people talking about how it's asking Andrew to revalidate your account. It's probably best to delete it and update and re-download it. Just make sure you're downloading Palm Agent 1. That's the one you're looking for.
Right. Yeah, the one we have has quite a bit of information. There are a couple of premiums, but I don't believe the company is going to do premium. You guys don't use it enough, quite honestly, to pay for it. And so we pay per subscription. So we pay for 1,000 agents, and we have very little use. And I think get in there and play with it. I think you'll see that there's quite a bit of meat to what's being offered. So great questions, though. All right. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Charlene. Thank you, Andrew, as well. That's really exciting to hear 2.75. That's like back in the old days. That's awesome. All right, guys, it is 9:45. We're going to wrap up with a quick mastery moment here. I know that as we are kind of crawling out of the COVID situation and our circumstances are changing, we're going to really have to start developing a new normal. And there's going to be new routines, and there's going to be new ways of doing business, even different than what we're doing now. Some of the things that we're doing now might stay the same, and some might be turned back to the old ways. We don't know. But I think it's important for us to kind of start preparing for this now as we go. Restaurants have opened, the senator in Georgia, he must be like crazy or something, opening hair salons, nail salons, and tattoo parlors. That's like the weirdest things to open. But I mean, what have you? So our beaches are starting to get open. Our restaurants are starting to open up. But what does that mean for real estate? We've been operating, but definitely not business as usual. And I think it's important that we've just got to really get prepared for changes. I don't know that any of us really know what those changes will be. It's not like we've been in this situation before, but the good news is you guys are resilient. Realtors are definitely the type of people who can overcome adversity after difficult challenges and bounce back. So I think it's just important for us to kind of be prepared for what's to come, and let's take some things into consideration. So I've got a series, I think 7 or 8 little reminders and kind of some inspiring and some motivational thoughts just to reconsider before we start moving into our new world post-COVID. And some of these are going to be really basic, but I think that's important sometimes. So thought number one, not every business idea is going to be a home run, and it might not work at all in post-COVID times or anytime. But that doesn't mean that you're not cut out to survive the changes that are going to come, and not only survive it, but succeed with the changes that are going to come. And I want you to remember, doing something one time doesn't rule it out as something that doesn't work, right? So many of you have probably seen this. Does anybody know what this picture, obviously it's a picture of a very nice boat. You could classify that as a ship. But does anybody know, you can unmute real quick if you know whose boat this is?
Paul Cuban.
Close, but no, similar. Ronald Perelman, being absolutely right. It is a super yacht. It is one of the 10 most expensive super yachts in the world. And guess where it's docked right now? The Charleston Harbor, Charleston City Marina. It is 257 feet long. And you can see the two, I put the picture of the back of the boat with those two little boats because I can't even afford one of those little boats. And this guy obviously has a ship to himself. So what's really cool about this, and why am I putting his massive yacht on here? He's an American banker. He's involved with Forbes. He's a philanthropist. He gives over $20 million a year. His net worth is over $9 billion. Just so you know, he has 5 ex-wives and 8 children. I posted that on Facebook because I thought it was kind of funny. Jen Huffman said, is he looking for a 6th ex-wife? Just funny concept. But when you hear about somebody who has that kind of wealth, you wonder. And I can guarantee you, even though he has built tremendous wealth in his life, I can guarantee you that not every one of his business ideas worked. The difference is that he didn't give up. He was resilient and he just kept going and investing more or finding more ways to make things work. So that's an exciting and inspiring little thing happening. Feel free to go down and walk the city marina and see it. It's massive. Second thought, not every business idea that works for someone else is right for you. This is hugely important. So just because somebody else is crushing it with online leads doesn't mean you should buy online leads. Just because somebody else is crushing it by, I don't know, doing a military thing doesn't mean you should get a military thing going. It has to be something that relates to you because real estate is personal and your business plan needs to be personal. So any idea that you see that's working for somebody else, either in our office, in your networking group or something of that sort, you've got to pass it through your own idea test. If it's not you, it's just going to come off as a sales pitch and nobody wants to be sold anything, especially post-COVID, right? Then once you've figured out your business strategy, how do you know if it's working? How do you know if you've arrived? How do you know if you're being successful? And I think this is a gentle reminder to say, what is your metric of success? And you guys are going to think I'm nuts because I'm competitive and I like to win. I like to be in the #1 office. But sales really aren't your measure of success. Profit and impact are. So I'll repeat that. Sales aren't the measure of success. Profits and impact are. So 2 questions that I think you need to ask yourself that are very, very important as we're getting prepared to come out of the COVID crisis. Am I doing something to help others? And am I able to pay myself a decent wage while doing it? If the answer to those 2 questions is blurry, let me help you figure it out. Again, am I doing something to help others? And am I able to pay myself a decent wage while doing it? 2 of the most important questions you can do as you prepare your business for the times that we're going to have and the changes that we're going to have coming up. So one huge thing to remember there, going back to sales not being the most important thing, sales are just the revenue that we bring in. If you're grossing $5,000 this month from sales, but you spent $3,000 either in commission reductions because you had an issue or you felt bad or you didn't feel like you did the best job you could, or for whatever reason you did a commission reduction, that might cost you $1,000. And what if the lead has a referral fee on it because you're buying the leads from a lead source and that's costing you another $2,000? Well, now your $5,000 is dwindling. So your profitability and oftentimes the success of your business is going to be determined by what's left after you deduct the cost of services that you had to perform. And I think that's important. Let's be smart and let's be mindful. It's no secret that many of us have taken a pay cut in the COVID crisis, right? So you've got to get even smarter on where you spend your money and how you invest in the business. But don't underestimate the power of impact, okay? This brings us back to our go-giver days, and you've read this 100 times. You know the 5 laws of stratospheric success. These 2 I want to point out today real quickly, the law of value and the law of compensation. The law of value says your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. Again, your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. And the next one falls right in suit, the law of compensation. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. So don't underestimate the power of impact. So remember, sales, top line stuff, that's important, right? That's what we're here for. That's what we measure as a company. But at the end of the day, what are we really doing? Are we doing something good to help somebody else? And on the flip side of that, while we're doing that, are we able to pay ourselves a decent wage? And if we focus on like these two value points and nothing else, and let them be our driving force to pull us out of the COVID funk, we'll be in good shape. Take care of the people and the rest take care of itself, right? Another thought. This business requires sacrifice and perseverance, and it is okay to funk out every once in a while. Nobody likes burnout, but entrepreneurial burnout in this business alone is really, 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 really prevalent, especially now. It's been really hard for all of us who are people to not be around people. Not to mention, if you're not passionate about people, you're in a commission-only business, right? And there's pros and cons to that. So if you're showing up every day to do something that you don't love what you're doing, or you don't love the people you're doing it with, that's going to make it really, really, really hard to not burn out because you're not getting paid. So imagine doing something you are lacking passion in and also not getting paid, and you're expected to just keep doing it. So I realized this is the reality of it. And I have felt this. I was talking to Anna about it yesterday, and I was talking to Lauren Zarilla about it the day before. I feel this now because I am a people person and I'm energized by you guys. That's why I keep saying, let's bring as many people to the meeting as we possibly can. So it's a real thing, and it's okay. We're humans, right? But when that happens, we've got to shift our focus to the ripple effects of what we do and the impacts that it has. Focus on the fact that being in this business allows us to connect with people and learn about all different personalities and see people through different phases of their life. Focus on building a life of freedom and flexibility because you don't have to show up every single day. You can take a day off and nothing's going to happen. You're not going to get fired, right? So just know, as you come through this cycles of changes that we've got coming, it's okay to funk out every once in a while because this business really does take a ton of sacrifice and tremendous perseverance. And we got your back. All right, next thought. The fancy education that many of us have and the years of experience that some of us have don't necessarily guarantee success in real estate. Hard work, willingness to learn and adapt, and a desire to help people is what's going to matter most going forward and what mattered most previously. I like to call real estate the great equalizer. And why do I do that? Why do you guys think I might say real estate's a great equalizer? I mean, some of us might agree and some of us might not agree, but the level of education it takes to get into real estate is so low that pretty much anybody can get their real estate license. And that's a challenge for a lot of us. But the other reason this is the great equalizer is because you can go from rags to riches or be born with a silver spoon in your mouth in real estate and not succeed. There is no guarantee of success in real estate. Whether you are born into a real estate family, you're not guaranteed to succeed. Whether you have all of the money in the world, you're not guaranteed to succeed. And the cool part is you could have no education outside of a high school education, and you can still do really, really, really well if you're a hard worker, you're willing to learn and adapt, and you care about other people. So let's remember that. Let's not put our hat on too tight and say, oh yeah, well, I've been in this business forever, I'll be fine, and sit back on our laurels. We've got to really find the fact that hard work, willingness to learn and adapt being the key, and then keeping our focus on helping others is most important. Last couple ones here. The good news is when you get through all this, Carolina One has been in business for over 50 years. 2014 was our 50-year anniversary. We don't know everything, and we don't try to pretend that we do. We have a tremendous amount of resources, as Kristen and Paul had mentioned earlier, drinking from a fire hose. I don't know all the answers. Dave Sansom, Michael Scarfall, they don't know all the answers, but usually we have some kind of resource that does. We've got plenty of coaching. We have plenty of resources. Whatever the struggle is, coming forward, going backwards, with the new changes that are coming, we've got your back. That's what we're here for. And we've been doing it long enough that we know we are going to survive this. I am so grateful we're with a company that has seen so many market cycles that we know what to do and we know how to survive. That doesn't mean it's easy, but we know how to do it, and we're guaranteed to make it work. The last two here. Marketing and getting sales in the door as quick as possible are not going to matter if you have not built your basics for COVID. So post-COVID, what is new, what is different, and what is your new foundation going to look like? I love that picture of that crippling house because it's on the water. It's got a nice back private lot, but the house is falling down. So you could have years of experience. You could have $3,000 a month going out in marketing, and you could be having this big, huge pipeline of leads coming in. But if you don't know what you're doing and you don't have the foundations built of what to do when you get the clients, it's not going to matter. So we really got to start thinking, let's go back to basics, knowing that we're coming out of this COVID cycle. Things are going to start to open up and unravel. What are the foundational principles we need to put in place to make sure that you have a smooth, successful path from now until the end of the year? And here's the last one. No matter what stage you are at in this business, be ready to get uncomfortable post-COVID. We really don't know what's to come, and I can't stress it enough, but be ready for something. Be ready to be uncomfortable. It's the only way we're going to break through and break out of this. And it doesn't matter how many years or experience you have. It doesn't matter how much business you had so far in this year. The only way to break through is to say, all right, I've got to buckle down. I've got to be willing to do things different and adapt and adjust. And here's the thing. I love this quote. It's my favorite quote. I cannot do all the good the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. And if you remind yourself of that every day, that's a good way to bookend the day and say, you know what, I may not have hit every task for today, but I did enough. I did what I could for the day, and that is enough. So that's what I have for you guys this afternoon, this morning. We are coming right up to 10 o'clock. It is 9:58. I hope you found one or two things inspiring in that message. And let's roll back for our Can You Guess Who This LPR Agent Is? Put those facts back up here, and then we'll ask this individual to unmute. This agent is a high school runway, was a high school runway model for a local sporting goods store, published writer, and has just finished the manuscript looking for a publisher, co-owner of a construction company, spent one day on the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange, served on the board of trustees for a local university, and also is not from New Jersey. So, mystery agent, let's have you unmute yourself and reveal who you are.
It is I.
Tell us your name because they can't see you.
Jeff Burns.
Jeff Burns.
Yes. Yay.
Guys, Jeff
That
wanted
was
to
fun.
tell you all that that sometimes Hall's Chop House is his favorite place, but sometimes you'll find him at Waffle House. And I was like, you can't say that because everybody will know it's you, Jeff. Jeff, tell us about the day on the New York Stock Exchange. That must have been pretty exciting.
It was fun. Part of what I've done is I was also a stockbroker for years, but that's not why I got to go to the floor of the stock exchange. Cindy's company actually rang the bell for opening the session. And so I got to go and hang out and watch all that. It was a great day. I mean, if you've never seen how that works, it's incredible.
That is very, very cool. Very cool. And the board of trustees for the local university, I assume that is Charleston Southern?
Yes, Charleston Southern University.
Very cool. Well, I know a lot of you guessed Jeff Burns, so it must have been the high school runway model that gave
That's
it away,
it.
Jeff.
That's it. You know what I tell everybody? I wasn't always bald-headed and I wasn't always fat.
But I can bet you're sad that you're not from New Jersey.
It's terrible. I mean, I could have been the cake boss.
That's awesome. Thanks for playing with us, Jeff. And everybody who won, please send me an email so I can make sure that you get your free C180. If you don't have a listing, by the way, and you want me to change that value to something else, just let me know. That's an easy thing we can do.
Thanks a lot. Enjoyed it, Megan.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, that's all we've got for you today. I'm leaving the line open for virtual prayer room. If you would like to stay on, we've got Laura Goolsby who will run that. But I really appreciate you guys being here today and showing up and giving us some energy. If you need anything, let me know. I'm here for you. I miss you guys. Next week, Anna, Tony, and I will all be together again, and we'll be very excited. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and stay on for virtual prayer meeting if you want.
Yay! Thanks, Maggie. That was a great meeting.
Thank you. I will remind myself right now to stop the recording.
Thank you.
Hey, Maggie and Laura. Maggie,
Hey.
sorry I can't be in the office today. I gotta take my dog to the vet. He's ate something last night that's
Oh.
stuck in his throat. So
Oh,
Laura, yeah, Laura, lots of prayers to everybody, okay? And
Thank
I'll miss
you.
being with you guys, but
Maggie, what about the Poppy team?
I'm going to let them announce that.
Oh, okay. On
Yeah,
their own.
they don't know I'm going to let them announce it yet, but I think you all will be excited for them. Just something small, something exciting.
Good.
Great.
All right, let me stop this recording.
I hope your
Sherilyn, let us
puppy's
know how your
okay.
dog does.
I hope